You know, I've had the opportunity to interact with a lot of music celebrities and worked with them on various levels. But you know, one person that people always ask me, well, who's your greatest interview and all that. Well, there's been hundreds of them, but I'm a massive Little Richard fan, and he was one of the most interesting interviews. I've interviewed him many times, 4 or 5 times, and I actually worked on the E! True Hollywood story. I was one of the guys involved in the script and all the research, and you know, I've worked on various projects with him, and I'm now in the process of trying to launch a play that I've written about Little Richard, which I'm working with his people, his manager. And it's been a very long process, and there's a lot of legal stuff because he doesn't own the rights to his music and stuff, so that's been difficult. But one of the things I have here in the basement is this is a 78 copy of Tutti Frutti, which was probably his best known hit. And that's a picture of me with him the first time I met him, probably in the early 90s, 90, 91. And the interesting thing about Little Richard is that, you know, he jokes about being the architect of rock and roll, and he never got the credit he deserved, and he should have a Grammy and all this stuff. Well, he's right. I mean, he really wrote the most urgent and vital rock and roll music. The first time Elvis was on national television, he was singing Tutti Frutti. He was a massive influence on Elvis, but more importantly, the Beatles. The first national tour they ever did outside of Liverpool was opening for Little Richard. And when they used to sing, you know, they used to shake their heads and go woo and all that stuff, that's all Little Richard. And that was all from working with him and opening for him. And then most importantly is he discovered an unknown guitar player in the 60s who ended up becoming Jimi Hendrix. So there's a huge history with his involvement and the people he elevated. He also discovered an unknown singer named James Brown. And so I've really gotten into his career, and you know, having that record on 78, which was hard to find, is kind of a cool thing for me.